4 different canapés for your that is quite passionate with me, because it's something that as forward to this tonight. So without further ado, I will pass you over.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Hi. Welcome everyone. First of all, thanks everyone for coming today. My name is Javier. I'm from Barcelona, Spanish. Been here for 15 years in UK, and at this moment, I'm the executive chef of events catering company, which is called Alexander Bjorck. We do high-end events from 10 people to 5,000 people, and then this is I haven't done a masterclass in ages, so if you see me at the beginning a bit like not lost but nervous, it's just give me 10 minutes and then I'll be better. So a bit of my background. So as I said, I'm from Barcelona. I did my culinary school for 3 years in a private school in Barcelona, and then I finished I did a degree in masters at the Basque Culinary Center in San Sebastian. So my most recent job, apart from Alexander Bjorck, I used to be the executive chef at Mr. Nice in Mayfair. It's a French restaurant, very Parisian. Here I have my ex-sous chef, Shibam. He used to work with me. Before that, I was head chef at Seabird, a seafood restaurant at the Hoxton Hotel in Southern. And I was as well the head chef for almost 2 years at Barrafina, which is a Spanish restaurant in London. Right now they have 5. At that time, they had 3. So today, I'm very happy to be here, to be honest, because as I said, I haven't done a masterclass in ages. The last masterclass I did was in Istanbul when I was opening a restaurant as a consultant, full Spanish restaurant in Solu Center, which is in Istanbul, and then they invited me over to go to university to do a masterclass. So that was 2018. Since then, I haven't been in a place like that. So it's a real honor to be here. So again, thanks everyone for coming. Today we're gonna do 4 canapés. I think it's something sometimes we overlook a bit, like canapés is just canapés, but I think canapés it's more than just a canapé. A canapé tells you as well what kind of evening you're gonna head into. It's not just the main course and dessert. It's something that we do with we take pride on what we do at Alexander Bjorck. As I said, we do from 10 people to 5,000 people. Before I've got 2 students here from the school, so they are my helpers today. So thank you so much so far for all your help. And as I said before, we need to make sure, like, either we do 10 people, 5,000 people, we just need to make sure like everything we do is, perfect. Every single canapé, as you could see today, everything is kind of like, it takes time. So yeah, so we're gonna do 4 canapés. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna start. It's gonna be a bit, not messy, but there are things that I need to do before I proceed with the other one, because for example, we're gonna start with the crystal bread. Okay, crystal bread is not something, I think it's something pretty new. It comes from Albert Adrià, which is Ferran Adrià's brother from Barcelona. And then he's got this crystal bread, which is a concept from the crystal bread, which is a type of bread in Catalonia. So he translated this crystal bread into actually a bread. So it's gonna be a transparent, crispy, it's not bread, but you will see what I mean. And then we're gonna stuff it with wild mushroom puree, with truffle, pickled shimeji, then walnut pickle puree, and then mushroom powder. This is something that is a canapé that needs to be done à la minute because of the humidity of the puree, so it can go a bit like soggy, so we make them à la minute. The second, we have a courgette parcel. Again, this is a brand new canapé we just added to the menu. So it's a canapé that that it takes a bit of time. And then it goes with our courgette puree, lemon gel, and walnut hazelnut pesto. Then we're gonna do chicken liver mousse with cherry gel on a cigar, again with mushroom powder on the sides, which we normally present in this box. And then Last but not least, we're gonna do a fish and chips, which is a bit of a twist, which is a triple cooked chips with salmon mousse, botarga, and vinegar powder. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna start with the crystal bread. So for the crystal bread, so if you have any questions, you can interrupt me anytime. So I kind of like shut up. So I listen to people, and then I can just keep talking. So we're gonna start with the crystal bread. So crystal bread is basically water. We have kusu, okay, and then we have cornstarch. We start from cold, okay, and then we mix it up. And then we're gonna mix it up in cold. First of all, don't start from hot water, otherwise it's not gonna work very well. I hope it works. And then we are going to warm up until it warms up. Okay, and then we're gonna have kind of like a glue, like a gel. Then we're gonna serve in this molds, and then we're gonna cook them 160 degrees for 1 hour, 0% humidity. And then normally I cook them another hour for 120 degrees, but we're gonna cook them half an hour so we have time to taste them. Otherwise, we're gonna have to come back tomorrow. I don't think my boss is gonna allow me. You can say hi, she's at the back. So yeah, so because it's a lot of things to do today, obviously we're not gonna prep everything here, so I can prepare with a lot of things. So I can prepare with a mushroom puree, with the cigars, which are here. Again, everything takes a lot of time, okay? Is it working? Yeah. Okay. Let's see if it's hot or not. Still working. So is everyone a student from here? Professional chef, or bit of everything from the industry, or just passionate chefs or passionate cooks? So, no? Yeah. So what this is warming up, just to make sure, like when you do this, you need to make sure you whisk all the time, otherwise, because it's quite like it's a start, it's gonna drop to the floor, to the bottom. So next one we're gonna do is the pickled mushroom, the pickled walnut puree. Okay, so pickled walnut puree. Where's the camera? So we get those pickled walnuts. So basically, they are green whole walnuts. Then they put them in a brine, and then they put them. You see now it starts slowly. And then we're just gonna blitz them up until we have a puree. So we use all of them. That gives a really nice. We're gonna put a bit of liquid. Don't put a lot, otherwise it's gonna go too liquid. Just keep it on the side, please. And we're just gonna blitz it to a puree. Can you do me a favor? Can you put a spoon of the liquid in here, please? So the next thing, was this is working, we're gonna do the pickle liquid for the pickled shimeji mushroom. So I think I've got everything here. So in this case, we are going to put, okay, now this is working. This is a very, very important stage. So if you don't whisk it constantly, thank you. If you don't whisk it constantly, it's gonna become lumpy. Okay. And I don't think you can see. I believe it was here. Okay, it's a bit thicker now. You don't really want to go super, super, super gluey. When you get to this stage, okay, it's time to do the next step, which now we're going to transfer to a gun. And then we're going to fill up all these molds. So we fill them up almost to the top. So you want them to grow nice and crispy. If you don't fill them up to, enough, they will be really, really, really flat. As I said, we're going to cook them now 160 degrees for 1 hour, 0% humidity, and half of the fan. So when they grow, they don't break. I wanted to do this in front of everyone so you guys can see how it's made properly. I don't know, it's a bit, we're gonna be able to do it, but we will be able to taste them. So the proportions for this one is 650 grams of water, 20 grams of kusu, and then 20 grams of potato starch. Like I said, we start from cold, mix it up properly, and then bring it to boil. Yes. You can use arrowroot, which is basically very similar. The only thing is arrowroot comes in powder, and then kusu comes in small cubes. But it's gonna have the same effect. The only thing is I've tried with arrowroot. With arrowroot, the mix becomes a bit more thick, really, really, really thick. So we're just gonna go into the oven, okay. And then that one. Perfect. So we're gonna say bye for 1 hour. Okay. Ooh. Careful, it's hot. Thank you. So next one, we're gonna start with the pickled shimeji mushrooms. So in this case, we have white wine vinegar. Then we have water. And then salt and sugar. And then we're just gonna dissolve the sugar and the salt. And we're gonna dissolve the sugar and the salt. We're gonna add the shimeji mushrooms straight away when it's hot, okay? Some people like to pickle when it's cold. I just prefer to pickle when it's warm. Okay. Then we're gonna do one thing with this. Okay, we're gonna put this water to boil. And now this is ready. Then I've got the shimeji mushrooms. Just cut them into small pieces. Okay, and then just put them in. And then we're just gonna leave them here to pickle. Okay, so we can use them at the end. So let's finish the puree. Okay. Perfect. I just need so we're gonna transfer the puree into a piping bag. We're just gonna keep it for later on. Okay, so if you put a lot of liquid, it's gonna go too runny, and then it's not gonna hold on the canapé. So just to give you a bit more information, so as I said before, I'm the executive chef of Alexander Bjorck. So we do mostly high-end events. So from banks, we work a lot in different venues. Like we work like British Museum, we work Saatchi Gallery, we do private houses, we do the National Gallery, the Serpentine. So we do go to very interesting places. Sometimes places where we don't even have a kitchen. It's just a white canvas, and then you have to basically you have to set up a kitchen from scratch, which obviously is quite challenging because it's not your usual place of work. But to be honest, it's actually much better because every day it's a different day. So summertime we are really busy. Okay, this is gonna be really soon. What is the yes? Thank you. So summer we are very busy. So the month of May, June, July, we are extremely busy. Where we do, for example, last year we did the same day we did 2 big events, one for 800 people and then one for 1,000 people. That was quite challenging because it was the same day, different venues, and all the mise en place from the same place. Do we have the spiders? Spider. Where do you put it? It's fine. Don't worry. I'll use that one. So the next job, so the next canapé we're gonna start working is gonna be the courgette. Okay. So as I said before, so the courgette made. So I made it before, so I would actually have time to explain everything. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice the courgette. Not too thick, not too thin. Okay, so we're just gonna go slice it. And when we get to the seeds, we're gonna stop, because in this case we don't want the seeds, because when we blanch the seeds, they're gonna get very watery, and then the courgette parsley is gonna break. Then we just flip it. I think that will do. And then the next one, we get a ruler. And then we're just gonna cut the slices, okay? So we're gonna avoid the green. Okay, so we're gonna avoid basically the skin. Okay. And with all the trimmings is what we use to make the puree. Okay. Oh, thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much. Don't worry. Just leave it there. Yeah, I'm gonna use it later on. Don't worry. That one we can take if you want. Okay. Thank you. And then, okay. So we're gonna go 1.2, 1.3 centimeters. Thank you. And then we're gonna cut them 7 centimeters as well. So obviously all of this takes a lot of time because it's one by one. So when we have events of more than 100 people, it's we spend many hours trying to make sure everything is perfectly done. So there you go. Okay, it's a rectangular 1.2 1.2 centimeters by 8 by 7. Well, depends how big you want to make it, and then the rest ones. So this is a canapé that we recently put it on the menu. I think maybe end of last year. I got the inspiration again from Albert Adrià in one of his books from Tickets. He has an avocado parcel, and I actually love the idea, the concept. And then I was like, how can I recreate that one in a savory canapé and cold canapé as well? Okay. So we have that one, that one, that one. You guys bowl. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Better, yeah. So all the trimmings. Okay. And then we're gonna go 8. And then we're gonna do another 8. Okay, so now we're gonna blanch them quickly for 10 seconds. Okay, so we just want to break a bit the fiber, but we don't want to overcook them. Otherwise, when you try to make the parcel, it's gonna melt and it's gonna break everywhere. Okay, it's done. Thank you. Okay. So now we're gonna hot dry, and then we can make. And then we leave it, and then we start making all the gels, which we do quite a lot of gels for the canapés because they bring a really nice touch of acidity to all the canapés. So it's actually a good way of opening the palate of the guests. Okay. So I leave it here for the time being. Okay, we can keep that one. Thank you. So next, we are gonna start with the gels. Okay, so we're gonna do lemon gel and cherry gel. So I do use the same process for all the gels. So I use like a stock syrup, which is a 50-50 sugar, 50% water. and then lime juice. So you're gonna bring all the lime juice, which is 150 milliliters. The sugar, the 80 milliliters of water, and then we're gonna add 3 grams of agar-agar. Okay, remember to do it from cold. Okay, so you are able to hydrate the agar-agar, otherwise, again, it's gonna be a bit lumpy. Then once it's mixed up, we're just gonna bring up to boil. Okay, so we're gonna boil for a couple of minutes. We're gonna make sure the agar-agar is properly incorporated, and then we're just gonna cool down quickly. We're gonna shock it. Okay. We're gonna do the same with the cherry gel. In this case, we have a cherry puree. Again, 3 grams of agar-agar. So basically, I put 12 grams of agar-agar every liter of gel. Obviously, depending as well on the acidity, sometimes you're gonna have to use a bit more. Okay. So we have the cherry puree. Okay. We have the water. We have the sugar again. And we have the agar-agar. Yes. For every liter. Yeah. Of the liquid. Yeah. So basically, you have 150 grams. 160 grams of the puree, and then you have, you have 250 grams in total of the mix. So it's 3 grams. Okay. So for every liter, okay, put 12. So here. Okay. So it just brought to boil, and then we're gonna leave it here, and then we're just gonna cool down quickly. Okay, that will make the gel, and then we can blitz it. Same with that one. Same with the cherry gel. We mix it up nicely. We're gonna bring it back to. Okay. So has any one of you worked in catering before, like not restaurants, like doing events? So what do you think? You like it? You prefer that one, or you prefer restaurants? Restaurants? Maybe you were not at the right company. It's fun, believe me. It's no, seriously, because before I joined this company, I've done restaurants for 18, 19 years, and maybe 2018, before COVID, I was working for this company as a freelance, just doing events from time to time. Which by that time I already had, good relation with the managing director of the company. And last year I have 2 kids. I've got a wife. To have a bit more of not social life, but a bit more stability at home. And then how do you say this in English? It was not a miracle, but it was meant to be. I was looking for a job. I put on LinkedIn that I was actually looking for a new role. Her executive chef gave the notice the day after, and then she contacted me straight away on LinkedIn, and here I am. I've been almost 1 year, and after a year, I wouldn't go back to restaurants now. I prefer much like it's more interesting. It's more challenging, I have to say, because in a restaurant, it's every day it's almost the same. Here, every time it's a very different. It's a different venue. It's a different menu. It's a different venue. Different menu. Different chefs that you work with, because not every day you work with the same chefs. You do an event, and then tomorrow I've got 10 chefs. Next day I've got 25 different companies, because you need to be super organized. Which it's another thing that I like about working in events. So you need to work at least sometimes even 2 months before the event, because you have 800 people, 1,000 people. Even if it's 200 people, you know, we do canapés, large bites, we do starters, main courses. We do sit-down dinners for last year. We do a sit-down dinner for 800 people in the middle of a airbase in Oxfordshire, yeah. And you go there, it's a massive venue, it's empty. Then you go with 10, 12 ovens, tables, and then you just need to, before you go there, you need to organize yourself mentally, like what's going to happen. So you cannot go there like, oh, let's see what's happened today. No, it's like you need to go way in advance. So, and I actually enjoy that, because sometimes it's kind of like before the event, it's not really like, okay, I have an event, but when you get there, it's kind of like, wow, now I have to serve 800 people in less than 3 hours. That means canapés, starters, main courses, and desserts. Do you have something to clean the? Everyone hear me? Yeah. Sorry. Just give me a second. Thank you. Okay. So they started growing already. That's really important, because you want to be able to fill them up inside. If they go flat, it's very difficult. When if they go flat, what you can do is you can put all the mushroom puree on top, the pickle, but it's not the same. You want to have that bite, and then when you eat it, it's kind of like explodes in your mouth. Where are we now? Okay, so the next job we're gonna do, we're actually gonna start with the. We're gonna start with the chicken liver mousse. Okay, pan. You don't have to have it really, really, really hot, because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna melt the butter. We're gonna add the garlic, and then the onions. We're gonna cook them down slowly. We're gonna pan fry the chicken liver. We're gonna deglaze with the cognac, and then we're gonna add again a bit more butter, and then we're just gonna blitz everything. In this case, we have 25 grams of butter. No, con esto porque sí. So now we can add the chopped shallots. Okay. The garlic, just make sure you don't overcook the garlic, so you don't want the bitterness. Thank you. So this year is very, very interesting. Year ahead, we have a lot of events. We have events in Ireland. We have events in Paris. We have events in Oxfordshire. We have the same 2 events that we did last year for the air show. So it's going to be a very busy year. So if anyone is interested in doing some events, you know where to find me. I have to say I have a really nice team working with my head of production, my pastry chef, everyone in the company. I have to say, I'm just going to put a bit of olive oil, okay, and then we're just going to cook the shallots slowly. That one. Okay. I'm going to remove this. So just make sure we remove the sinew, okay, of the liver. So when you blitz it, anyway, we're gonna pass it through a sieve, but you don't want to have those small bits in the puree either. This is this. Does anyone have any question? Yeah, go ahead. Correct. Yeah, you can put color if you want. You can actually do, instead of like making it just with water, you can do a stock. This is something I've tried and actually works. So, and you can. The good thing is, it's a vegetarian vegan dish, so you can actually play with whatever you want. You can even do like a fake fish and chips if you want, with a fish mousse on the top. You can do chicken ear buffet. At the end of the day, this is like the base, and then you just play with it. A stock, yeah, you can put a stock, and then it works anyway. So at the end of the day, you have a clear broth, and you're just gonna add the kusu and the potato starch, and then it's up to your imagination. So the most we use today, there are small round ones, but you can use like a lingot as well. So you can use whatever you want, as long as they are silicone mold, so they don't stick. Because I try with the aluminum one, and then put a butter spray. Doesn't work. It sticks and it breaks, and they're really, really, really fragile. That's one thing you need to be careful when you work with it. Okay. Hello. Okay, so how do I define high-end catering? So first of all, the service we give to the guests is a 5-star, like it's 5-star experience. So it's not like we look after every single detail. From the client walks into a tasting. So for example, today we had a tasting. They walked out really, really happy. Why? Because the service was good, the wine was good, presentation of the food was really good. The food tasting was spot on. To how we deliver the event, like for example, when your client sends you home, or sends you like a gift, a really nice bottle of champagne, because the job was amazing, it was really, really high end. But I would define ourselves like it's just like the food we do, it's very good. You never, we don't overcook our beef fillets. When, for example, I can show you a photo later on. Last year we did the event for 800 people. We did 150 beef fillets of 1 kilo. All of them were medium rare. All of them were on point. Not one was overcooked or undercooked. The presentation of the food, we served 800 people in 19 minutes. So this is where, it comes, like, how do you define high end? Timings, presentations, and consistency. I think consistency is one thing. When you go to an events catering, there is always, I don't want to say, I'm going to say, but it lacks on consistency. One day is good, one day, the next day is not as good. And this is why we have repeated clients. They all come back again and again and again. We were lucky enough, lucky or not lucky, I don't know, to cook at the US Ambassador's residency 3 times in 3 weeks. So that means something. That means they're happy with the service, very professional, very, very discreet. We go to a place, and then when we leave the place, it's even better than when we arrive. It's like I said, it's every detail that matters. It's not just how good the food is or not. It's it's a whole pack. It's from the start to the end. I don't know if I answer your question. I mean, everyone is, I guess everyone has got different opinions when it comes to high-end or luxury, but I could define ourselves like high-end catering. I mean, the managing director of the company has been doing that for more than 25 years, and she's been working with the same clients for 25 years. So that says something. That says something. Okay, so we're just not gonna overcook them now. So I'm just gonna cook them on a separate pan now because don't have enough space. Just gonna put a bit of foil. So yeah, any more questions? Anyone who wants to ask anything else for the time being? Sorry? Ah, hello. Sorry? So we work with different agencies, and you know they provide staff, they provide front of house, they provide back of house, they provide porters, drivers. I mean, you name it, security people, butlers. We work with some people that they've been in the industry 40 years, like people that they work at Buckingham Palace as butlers. You know, like we work with amazing people that, and then we learn from all of them quite a lot. So we have, I think, 2 or 3 different companies for front of house, and then I work with 2 companies. I work with 2 companies just for chefs. Okay. We can work that one. So we're gonna pan fry. Just gonna deglaze with a bit of this one with the brandy or cognac. I mean your favorite alcohol, and then I'm just gonna add that one. So normally I don't do it this way. Normally I do batches, but we are live, and I don't really have that much. Okay, so this is still a bit pink in the middle, so we're just gonna cook it for further 2 minutes, and then we're gonna add a bit more butter. We're gonna cool it down, and we're gonna blitz it. Ah, hello. Yeah, and then the second, it's just like I said, like normally you just do like pan fry, like nice and caramelized. Remove it. I mean, you can see it's still pink in the middle. You don't want to overcook it, otherwise it's gonna become very grainy. Now, it's working. This recipe, which one? The cigar? This one? Well, the recipe you have, it's more or less around 25. 20. Well, I think I put on each recipe, I believe it's between 12 and 25. How much for you? The one you have is half kilo of chicken liver. I believe it says 500 grams of chicken liver. Okay, fine. So that will be around 25. 25, because every cigar has between 15 and 20 grams. But then you have the butter, you have the shallot, you have the double cream. Okay, this is working. Okay. So we're gonna now blitz the. We're gonna blend the chicken liver mousse. You can do chicken liver mousse, you can do foie gras, you can do you can do salmon, you can do ricotta, you name it. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna careful. We're gonna now blitz it. And then we're gonna blitz it, we're gonna pass it through, we're gonna cool down, and then we can whip it a bit. I think here now. So you're gonna be able to see that it's already a mousse. But when it cools down, it's gonna have more texture. If it goes too liquid, what you can do is you put like gelatin leaves in ice water, then put it in, cool it down, and then you can use the kitchenette just to make more like a mousse. Like if you want more creamy, more airy, you can do this way. So normally when I'm very lucky today with these two students here. They've been really, really helpful. Okay. Ooh. Now I'm just gonna add a bit of double cream. We're just gonna blitz a bit longer. Perfect. And I'm gonna need this bowl. Shivam.
As you mentioned that from 50 people to 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And all the rest is artists. So do you get to play around with the proportions of ingredients?
Sorry?
Do you get to play around with the proportions of the ingredients?
You have to. Yeah, because what you do for 10 people, you need to adjust for 5,000 people. When we do 5,000 people, we don't do fine dining. We do more like format with the burgers, with the jam, with the burgers, we do waffles. So we did one event, we did mini waffles. I had one guy 2 days making waffles, like making waffle mix. The guy, I think he was like, I don't like waffles anymore. But it is what it is, like later we're gonna see the courgette parcels. They're a bit of a pain in the ass, but I just like the way they look. I think they're nice and beautiful. It's like this one, the chicken liver parfait. It looks really good. As I said, we serve it. We have amazing trays where we serve the food. So another thing is when you serve food, sometimes we just, again, we tend to forget how important it is a tray. Like we go through a lot of thought when we decide to plate up even canapés. So, thank you. Yeah, so we think about what we do for canapé. To have brought loads. But we have a beautiful bunch of blocks, which is a wooden board like this thing. And then in the middle, we have kind of like a razor, and we just put all the canapés. So we have the front of house just going with the tray going around. So it's beautiful. Then we have like a tray which is this big, but the insert is, you just can put like 15 canapés. So it's more as well. It's not just. It's obviously it's about the taste, but it's as well about the show. How do you present things? So again, this could be a bit of an answer to your question as well, like how we define. So now I'm gonna pass it through. Really, really important. Pass it through. You don't want to find any kind of like not overcooked, but any kind of like filaments from yes. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. My creative process, I create by looking at pictures and then thinking, how could I recreate the same picture on food? You know, like I love cooking books. I have my kitchen is full of cooking books, and sometimes it's not just about finding a recipe. It's about looking at something that you like and trying to recreate that picture into different flavors. I love. Obviously, I'm from Spain, so I love a Spanish chef, and I think the Spanish chefs are really, really creative. I think they drove creativity to another level in the last 20 years. So I do look after them. I do look after them. I do look after them. I love Pinterest. You know, when we do like mood boards, we go Pinterest. I think Pinterest is one of the best places to find inspiration. She's my boss. She is the one who makes everything possible as well in the company. For me, I mean, obviously Ferran Adrià, because he was the father of in the 90s of like who he was maybe one of the most creative chefs that it's ever existed. I mean, if you think about him, most of the big chefs around the world, they've all been with him. Like they all been like doing stars. They 1 year, 2 years. Everyone goes through him. Albert Adrià, his brother, which he was really the creative one. And Donelito Aduriz, which is from Ugarit, but he's a bit more. Maybe the creative process is very different. He takes the creativity to the next level. Sometimes people is like his food is not good, but you need to understand it's not just about the food; it's about the concept as well. What are these foods? Someone that I love about fish is Angel Leon, which is a Spanish chef with 3 Michelin stars. So you see now, it's still hot. Where are we? It's still hot, but it's now getting the texture. So when it cools down, it's gonna have a really, really nice texture. A bit of salt. Do you have one thing I forgot? Sherry vinegar. That's cognac. I like to have all my purees, my mousses. As I said, I'm very Spanish. I love my sherry vinegar. It goes on everything. Thank you. It goes on everything. It just gives that kind of acidity. It brings up the flavors on the food. Sorry?
When you choose the liver, the shop, the butcher, do you have any tips on?
Yes, the color. So it needs to be nice and red. So if you see that it goes gray, brown, it's been maybe 1 or 2 days. So it's basically oxidating. So you need something that is going to be really like, you know, you look at it, it's like, yeah, I like you. Yeah. It's like, I think with food, it's like everything. You want to make sure like it's, like vegetables, they're nice and hard, nice and colorful, nice and green. Okay. Missing vinegar, definitely, and a bit of white pepper. And in terms of in terms of English chefs, I really admire or I really like Gordon Ramsay, not just as a TV show, as a TV chef, as a chef. I think he's what he's done with back in the time with the industry, like, you know, getting through Michelin stars and keeping them for many years. His creative process. I just think it's an amazing chef. Okay. Oh. I'm just gonna wait for the vinegar. Okay. And then I think next we're gonna go with the salmon mousse. Okay. So the salmon mousse, in this case, we have two parts. We have the salmon mousse, which basically we use smoked salmon and fresh salmon that we are going to poach slightly for a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna blitz everything. Then we have the double cream with which we're gonna whip, and then we're gonna add creme fraiche. Okay. Sorry.
Do you need the potatoes back in the
No, we're gonna blast it soon. So this one, as I said before, it's a take on the fish and chips, a bit different. Again, it needs to be something nice and colorful, something crispy, something. As I said before, I love vinegar, so I always have with me more vinegar. It gives another dimension on the food. And then let's see. Nice. Is he going for the? No, I love. I mean, Spanish vinegars. I love Moscatel. I love sherry vinegar. I love Pedro Jimenez. All of them are different in intensity, in sweetness, in acidity. Okay. Have you seen the lemon? Have you seen the lemon juice? It was a small ramekin.
I'll look for it. I'll get you another one.
No worries. I think I put it somewhere. Okay.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
Just in case it's not to your choice, I've got you a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Go with that one. And February sherry vinegar.
Lemon.
Got it. So in this one, you go as much as you want. Obviously, you want to keep the flavor of the chicken liver.
Have you come up with the Iberico ham canapé by any chance?
So we do as well one, which is a crystal bread, which is the crystal bread with kind of like pan con tomato, but with Iberico ham on the top. So we get the Iberico ham, or not the Iberico, but Iberico ham, and then we melt the fat. And then when this is done, we just brush the bread on the top. Then we put tomato powder, and then we put Iberico ham on the top. Sorry. Oops. Sorry. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, acidity. To this one?
Yes.
Yeah, because so this can be a bit bitter, the chicken liver, and then when you add the sherry vinegar, you add a bit of acidity, and then you balance the flavors very well. I think can take a bit more. You might think it's a salad, but it's not. Just once you are used to eat vinegar. So my mom used to make salad, and it was just vinegar on the plate. It's just for me, it's a memory is that we used to have salads, and then the bottom of the plate was olive oil, vinegar. It's very typical in Spain, and because we used to make our own vinegar, red wine vinegar, but it was wine that it was actually off, and then you just put in the barrels, and then it keeps fermenting, and it's so nice. Good. So we're gonna put this in the fridge right now. We're just gonna cover it so it doesn't create any skin on the top. Okay. Let's see if we have a space in here now. So we now have the lemon gel, and then we have the cherry gel. We can remove that. We remove that one. Perfecto. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, so this one, as you can see, the agar is on the job. Whoop, it's here, and that one here. Okay, we're gonna blitz them now in a second. Okay, so the next one, we're gonna make the salmon mousse. Okay, so the salmon mousse, keep everything very, very cold. Keep the double cream as well in the fridge up until you need it. So when you whip it, it's gonna have a better texture. Otherwise, if it starts getting warm room temperature, it's not gonna emulsify as good. So 20, perfect. So we're gonna go with the salmon. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's not with the salmon at the moment. We need to like I said before, we're gonna blanch the salmon quickly. Okay, we're gonna cool it down, and then we're gonna mix everything together. Do you have a small bowl? That one. That will do. Okay. A bit of salt, salty water. Okay, just 10 seconds. You still want to keep the mousse and the salmon a bit raw. Okay, in the middle. Put it down. Okay. And then, as I said before, we're just gonna keep everything nice and cold. Thank you. Perfect. So we're gonna add the salmon. The smoked salmon. Okay. The lemon juice. Again, lemon juice is to your taste. Okay. Like you want more acidity, less acidity. Do you want to put any vinegar? Do you want to put any like how do you call it? Any dip inside the mousse? Is completely up to you. I've got this bowl which is cold from the fridge. Okay. Can I have colander, please? Oh, fine. Perfect. Okay. we're just gonna rinse it. Okay. Perfect. And then we're just gonna add everything in here. I'm not gonna add any salt at the moment because obviously we have the smoked salmon, which is a bit salty, and then we're just gonna taste it at the end. Bit of white pepper. Okay. And then we're just going to blitz it now. Okay. Make sure you put it down so you actually blitz it properly. Otherwise, it's going to be many pieces that is not properly whipped. Okay. So this one, I've got the double cream in here. Okay, we have 200 milliliters of double cream. And then we're just gonna whip it. You're just gonna whip it. Don't over whip it. You're just going to be able to mix it through. Okay, so a bit more consistency. Remember, when we put it in the fridge, when we cool it down, it's gonna get a bit more volume and texture, okay? So we're gonna add the creme fraiche, just to give a bit more the lactic. This is one. Thank you. And then we're just gonna integrate this together. Okay. So we have a nice texture, slightly more. Thank you. And then let's whip this a bit slightly more because it's still a bit you still have a bit of it's a bit not grainy, but it's a bit lumpy. You just want to have more smooth mousse. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start plating up the canapés. Okay. So if you want to get the lemon gel, the brioche base, and then the courgette, we can start plating. I'm gonna give you. Okay, this looks slightly better now. Okay. Okay. Then we're just gonna integrate everything here. Yeah, I think you put it at the bottom. Okay. Perfect. So these ones are gonna be for the fish and chips. Okay. They are basically I put them by cutting half, and then we blanch them. Well, actually, we steam them in the oven for 15 minutes, 100 degrees, fully steam, cool down completely for half an hour in a blast chiller. We fry them for 6 minutes, 140 degrees. We kind of like blanch them in oil, cool down, and then we're gonna fry them 190 degrees, another for 3 or 4 minutes up until they get nice and crispy. We're gonna let them cool down, and then we are gonna pipe the chicken, the salmon mousse.
About the brioche, you want lemon jam on the brioche?
Yes. Let me finish the that one, and then I'll come with you ASAP. So we integrate everything, and then we're gonna taste. We're gonna season to taste. You can put lemon zest, salt, pepper, lemon juice, olive oil. You can put mascarpone, ricotta. It's up to you how you actually season it. Yeah. One for texture, one for flavor. So the smoked salmon is going to give you a more stronger flavor. I think if you make only with smoked salmon, it might be too salty, it might be too smoky, it might be super strong. So this way you have two different salmon, but different flavor, different texture. You can make it with small material as well if you want. Okay, we're gonna taste it now. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Much better than running all the time there, yeah? You see, I taste the smoked salmon, but it's not like coming through straight away. Do we have a bit more lemon? I think I just everything, didn't I? Yeah, this is a bit more salt. Remember, the like I said at the beginning, I didn't put any salt at the beginning. I just put salt now. Bit of white pepper. Again, one thing I love is I don't use much black pepper. I use white pepper a lot. It's for me. When you toast the black pepper, it has a very different intense flavor than the black pepper. Okay, nice. I could actually put a bit more lemon, so it cuts through the richness of the salmon. You need lemon? Thank you. So let's do one thing. So now we've finished 1 hour. So we don't have to open it. We just go to 120. And then we're gonna put, normally it's 1 hour, but we're gonna put 30 minutes. And we're just gonna leave it like that. So it's gonna crispen up and it's gonna get nice and dry. Okay, so they come here. Do you want to do me a favor? Can you start blanching them? That one, because that,
Yeah.
that's the sandwich with you.
Okay.
So
2 minutes?
no, 4 minutes.
1 minute.
Yeah, and then you have the tray here. Do like maybe 20, 20, 20. Okay. So we now have, I'm just gonna leave this on the side for the time being. Any question? Sorry? Alcohol, yeah, correct. If it has alcohol, you have to put a bit more. But it's more, thank you. It happens more with the gelatin because the gelatin, sometimes you put 6 gelatin sheets per liter. Sometimes you have to put 12. If you use kiwi, for example, you have to put way more gelatin. If you use alcohol, you have to put more gelatin. Sometimes in order for it to set, otherwise it's going to be completely runny. Agar-agar works slightly better. That's why I would use agar-agar, but also the reason is because when we go to do events out of our kitchen, sometimes you are in a place where it's 35 degrees. If you go with a normal gel made with gelatin, it's gonna ruin. So it's gonna melt. So you're gonna end up with a swimming pool of gel on the plate. You can use agar-agar, you can use gelan, you can use any kind of gelatin. So normally this one I have a really small spice mixer, the one for the coffee, the coffee grinder, but no one. Oh, we might be lucky today. Perfect. Do I put this?
Yeah, so that goes on.
Okay.
This goes on in there.
Amazing. So you can 6 gelatins per liter. But as I said, the good thing about agar-agar as well is it's vegan friendly. So when we do these kind of events, we need to make sure like we can't cater for as much people as we can. With normal gelatin, it can be from fish or it can be from pork. So then you have cheap people that couldn't actually, like for example, Muslim people, Indian people, they wouldn't be able to have one of the canapés just because I'm using gelatin, pork gelatin. So we try to, yeah. So it's nice. Let me see if this works. So as you can see, it's not rock hard. If I go 4, 5, 6 grams of agar-agar, it's going to be really, really hard to blitz, and it's actually not going to become a gel. It's going to become like kind of like crumbly, kind of like if it was like that. How long do you put them already?
Está bien fuerte.
Sí, perfecto. Dale otros 10 segundos y las puedes sacar. So yeah, that's one of the things. So we found this kind of like that. This recipe works for these kind of gels. Oops. So for example, the way we're working in the kitchen. Sorry, I just don't want to put my finger inside. The way we work in the kitchen is, for example, so if we do gels, we calculate what we are making, and we calculate 1 gram per canapé. It's actually not 1 gram per canapé. If you put 1 gram of gel, it's just you're gonna only taste. Oh, perfect. You're gonna only taste so we calculate it this way. Normally it's 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, depending obviously on the canapé. And these recipes. So if we go, for example, the crystal bread, it's going to be around 80 canapés, 70, 80. Again, as I said before, depending how big you make depending what's the mold that you are using. Okay, here, still getting used to the camera. Okay. Then, if we go to the courgette, for example, so 2 large courgettes is going to give you roughly 20, 25 canapés. Again, depending how thick you cut them, you might get more or less. Okay. Okay. Nice and smooth, nice and silky, but it holds the shape. Can you do me a favor? Can you put these ones in a piping bag, please? that one. Don't put everything, just put like 3 spoons. Yeah. If you want to do the courgette parcel, you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. You can actually use yellow courgettes as well, so it gives 2 different colors. So you can use green and yellow. I will plate up one now. Okay. Now we're gonna go for the next one. The lemon gel. This one is slightly not loose, but not as set as the other one because of the acidity of the lemon. Okay, so we're gonna blitz it. And then this is gonna be for the courgette parcel. How are we doing? Thank you. Okay, so this one we can take it. Yeah, just for washing, please. Okay, so you have that one. I'm just gonna put it back into the flash chiller, just to hold it. Which one was that one? And then we're just gonna go now with the lemon one. Perfect. Yeah, of course. That's for you. Perfect. As soon as you finish with these ones, give them to here. Let me know, and then we can start plating. So this one, when we finish, we're just gonna put one drop on each, and then we're just gonna put them carefully here. Okay. So I'm just gonna do the presentation of one of the courgette. So the courgette, obviously we make the courgette puree just to use the trimmings from the courgette, but you can make the puree if you want, which is even more green with a bit of mint, lemon, any sort of puree. This one, it's with leeks, with shallots, leeks, shallots. What one I believe I put as well. So now, as I said, I'm gonna put a bit of lemon just to give a bit more acidity. I'm not gonna put the lemon juice because I don't want to make it sour. I just want the acidity, the freshness of the lemon. Thank you. Perfect. I think. Yeah. So do that one. It's done. You have scissors? Oh, my scissors. Okay, so just put up, careful, like this. Yeah, and then careful when you put them, and then you're gonna put again And then, yeah, you should have more than enough. You can make with this gel, you can make like 200. As I said, it's not a lot what you have to put. And now have, where are my tweezers? You have the tweezers, please. Okay, and then here you can put micro mint, micro basil, micro Thai basil. Again, whatever you fancy. I love Thai basil because the flavor. And then, okay, just gonna use it now. So where are we now? We are here. This is the courgette. Here. And this one, when you finish, if you can put this one up on a piping bag. So, how are we gonna play this up? So we get one like this. One in the middle. Another one cross like this. And then we're gonna lift up the first one. And then we're just gonna put it back. Just gonna dot in the middle. Then we're gonna close it. So basically what my issue now with this one is actually too thin. It needs to be double the thickness, otherwise it's not gonna hold properly. So it needs to be kind of like 4 millimeters when you, not 4 millimeters, sorry, 2-3 millimeters when you slice it, because when you blanch it, it's gonna break. Perfect. Okay. And then you have the lemon gel, please. And then we're just gonna top it up with a bit more lemon gel. So the puree inside has hazelnut praline pesto, which then is gonna give the nuttiness on this plate, on this dish. Thank you. And then, okay. Been cooking a lot, so I'm quite starving now. So we have the chips. Okay. So we have the chips now. I had before a small sift. Yeah, got it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you're going to do it. If you're going to go around with the tray,
Go around with the tray a bit.
perfect, amazing. Okay. Done? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna close the back quickly. And one of the things one thing that I learned this year working for the catering company is how to make sure you have enough food for 1,000 people, but also how you make sure you don't go with food for 1,500 people. So that means like you have enough food, but you don't overcook food because there can be a lot of wastage. So it's basically a learning curve. It's I think at the beginning it's a bit of a hit and miss up until you have all your recipes, aligned. Okay, so we don't need this. Okay, it's here. Okay, so we're just gonna now add the vinegar. It's kind of like, when you go to the fish and chip shop and they put a lot of malt vinegar, which I hate, but then I love it. Like, so as I said, I love vinegar, but I don't like the vinegars on chips like the fish and chip. So this is nice. I'm not putting any salt because this can be finished with two ways: with botarga, okay, which is quite salty, or with the salmon raw, which is quite salty as well. Still getting used to. Okay, so we're just gonna cover them nicely. So the good thing about it, like I said before, because a canapé is something that you start your evening with, and then you're gonna have that kind of like punch. It's gonna open your palate. It's gonna be acidic. You're opening yourself to eat more. Okay, now we have the mousse. Those chips normally they are 5 centimeters. They're much bigger. So for canapés, because we want people to obviously with 5 canapés you're never gonna be super filled, but we want people to start feeling a bit like, oh wow, there is food here. Do you want to come with me? So I'm gonna finish. What is the deal? The one you picked?
Yeah.
This is in a minute. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna put. Just make sure when you put it, like you put this. You need to drain them a bit. S'il vous plaît. Okay.
I'll do that.
And then just drain them, and then we're gonna put here. One like this, and then at the end, when we finish, we're just gonna add the botarga on the top. Okay. So I'm gonna start with these ones. Let's do this. Do you know how many rapi are we in total today? 56? Okay, fine. You count them already? Wow. She had a lot of time today. Count people. Nothing to do. Yeah. Yeah, you can start piping. She's the pastry chef, so she's the one who's gonna do the piping. And then when we finish, botarga, just a tiny bit on the top. Okay, so if you want to take all of them, just a microplane. Do you have a microplane? I have one, but it's dirty now. So this one, so the cigars, we make them with pata brick, which is that one. That one here. So what we do is we cut it in strips, and then we cut them 5 by 8, and then we put egg yolk. We fry them 160 degrees. So we do one by one. So we basically roll them. We put a bit of butter spray. We roll them. We fry them when they are nice and crispy. We just remove them, and then we need to remove them when they are hot. If we remove them when they're cold, they break. So my chef was complaining this morning that his hand was burning. So this is going to be for the chicken liver mousse, okay, for the chicken liver pate. And then, perfect. And then we have one more thing. It's still a bit warm. So we have the courgette, we have the chips, and now we're just waiting for that one, which is gonna be 8 minutes. So we're gonna do one thing. We're gonna drain the pickle shimeji. In this case, we have pickle shimeji. We have mushroom powder. So this is a mix of dry mushrooms. So we have ceps, girolles, and morels. Okay, so completely dry from the shop. I mean, from the supplier. We just split it, and then this one is good because we use it for different canapés. It doesn't have to be just for one canapé. So we try as well to use things for different canapés, so different elements. So we are never doing lots of recipes. Obviously, pass it through a fine sieve so you don't have the big bites, and then when you eat it, it's nice and creamy. Nice and creamy. It's not grainy. Beautiful. Okay. No, because sorry. No. I said so basically we can do salmon roe or botarga. Okay, because both of them. So these ones, put them like this, like up instead of down. Just put them like face up. Okay. Okay, let's see these ones. So this one, I think it's still a bit liquid. Okay. So one thing you can do to sort this out, it's basically, I've got 2 gelatin leaves in cold water. It's still a bit. So basically, if it's like this, it still needs a bit longer. So we're gonna do one thing quickly, if I have. Okay. Let's do one thing. Okay. So we're gonna sort it out. Sorry about that. Happens. But this is now the time to sort it out. So we're gonna warm it up slightly in order to melt the gelatin, and then we're gonna cool it out quickly, and then we're just gonna pipe it. Okay. Have you ever done a masterclass in front of people? It's so stressful. It's not stressful, but it's kind of like, it's wow. I mean, after a long time, I was like, I thought it could be worse. So far, I'm still here. Can you do me a favor? Can you drain it for me, please? Just drain. Keep me the mushrooms, please. It's really stressful because you don't want to talk a lot, but you just don't want to be quiet. And then it's like you want to focus on the cooking, but obviously you want to keep everyone as well entertained. Thank you. Still cold. And then this one is going to be finished in 4 minutes. I just want to check one thing. So where is the camera again? So this is okay. So this is kind of like the crystal red right now. Okay. So that's what becomes after 1.5 in the oven. Okay. I think we are not bad on time. I hope no one is waiting for you at home tonight, but we're almost there. Don't worry, guys. You were right. Huh? Sometimes this doesn't work. Huh? Well done, guys. If I ever need people to work in the kitchen, I'll call you. Okay. 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 So let me do with this. I think we're gonna be able to go with the next canapé now. They were like 80. They were like 85 potatoes in total. Beautiful. Now this is warming up, and then I'm gonna put the 2 gelatin. Just make sure you squeeze them nicely. We're just gonna mix it up quickly. Okay. Okay. Last but not least. Sorry. Do you have the ice? Beautiful. Okay. You're gonna do this quickly. Can you do me a favor? Can you just hold the bowl, but it doesn't drop, so it keeps nice and cool.
That smells great.
Thank you. Hope it tastes good. Just open. Thank you. This is a very, very quick way to do it. So we make sure we can taste it today. We'll send it on delivery tomorrow morning. So Okay. So now, as I showed before, I can get rid of this. That one as well. We have this here. Pum, pum, pum. Do you have this? So you can see here how they've grown, okay? And then you see. So now, very important, I'm gonna need your help. So very, 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 very carefully, we need to make a small hole on the top. Yes, please. Okay, so like this. It's super, super, super delicate. It's okay, like this. Okay, they're really. This is one of the not the issues, but when you have like an AM 400, you need to take with you 200 because you know half of them they're gonna break. It's I mean, they, as you could see, they're quite quick to make, so it's not like okay, like this, and then it tastes a bit. This pickled walnut, it tastes like a bit like a mushroom ketchup, which is really nice. So normally, what we do, we fill it up. Okay. We then put pickled walnut. And then we're gonna put a bit of mushroom powder. Can I have your tweezers? And then we're gonna put the pickled shimeji, which they're here. And last but not least, and then there you have an here, and then you have a small mushroom canapé. So if we start doing this, and then just make 50. This is quite punchy because it has the pickle with the shimeji and the walnut. Okay.
One for inside.
That's the one for inside, and then this is the top one. Counts 50. There should be 76 in total, but I think some of them they're gone. Oh. So I'm just waiting for the mousse to finish. So if anyone has any question about what I did, whatever it is, just shoot. Yeah. Sorry? No. So we just make it happen. Yeah, you have to, because at the end of the day, so one thing is when we have tastings for clients, they come, they taste, And if they're happy with what they're tasting, they want exactly the same at the event to what they had at the tasting. So it's kind of like you can't go to the event with something different because they won't be happy. Like if you do, we do black truffle beignet, 20 grams. All of them are 20 grams. We make a bunch of like, I think it's like 20 liters. And out of the 20 liters, we spend 1 day just making black truffle beignet. And then we know, because it's one of our best sellers, we know we have 4 events. But because we know it's labor intense, we produce them in advance. So the chips, for example, I have one of the guys we have, Alessandro. He is amazing. He is the eye to detail. It's incredible. He makes every single potato exactly the same. But this is why you need to keep on top of, like, it's labor intensive, yes, but when you see the end result, I think it's worth it. Sometimes it's a bit too much. Obviously, when we do big events, we don't go with this. We don't go with the courgette parcel. They actually told me off. My head of production told me off today. He's like, you need to stop these things. Where you draw the line, no? But I'm like, but I love it. You know, it's kind of like, but then we do, when it's a big event, 850 people, 1,000 people, we might have like salmon skewer. We cue the salmon at home, so in-house, and we do like a gel and a flour, 3 steps. You know, you can't go with like 5, 6 steps because you're never gonna finish. You're gonna be there all day plating, and then you have maybe half an hour to send 800 canapés of each. So you have 2,400 canapés to send. You have 2,400 canapés to send in 30 minutes. So you have 7, 8 people just like pushing. It's fantastic. I mean, I would love to show you a video of last year of that event that we did for 850 people. It was 3 passes. In every pass, it was 250 main courses in 19 minutes. So I'm basically in the middle, 7 or 8 chefs on each pass, but then you have another 5 chefs plating 850 cheese course and 850 desserts. So, you know, it's intense, but that just for the day. Then you finish the job, and then you go home. The next day is another one. So yeah, where you draw the line is when the boss says, if she says, I want this for this event, I'll make it happen.
What advice would you give?
Sorry?
What advice would you give to a student that was interested in event catering while studying?
What advice? Find a good catering, but for me, the most important thing is find someone that is gonna teach you. Find someone that it can be a mentor for you, because you're gonna go to a catering where you're gonna be like, do this, and they're gonna show you once, and they're not gonna. If it's badly done, they're gonna be like, this is shit. It's not, but they're not gonna spend the time to teach you, to nurture you, to be like, this is the way you have to do it. We do this. So we work like I said before, with 2 agencies. How are we doing?
Wow.
She's growing now. We work with 2 agencies, and we have a lot of people that they just want to come to work with us because the way we treat them. Because I'm not like old school chef. I used to be, but not anymore. Because you can't do that anymore. People leave the kitchen. People don't want to be in a kitchen where it's like a maniac shouting at you because you burn 2 of them. You know, you have to be in a place where, you know, you make mistake. The chef is gonna be like, this happened because of what X, Y, Z. Just, you know, not just don't do it again, but just make sure it doesn't happen again. And find a catering as well that they work with high-end clients, because there is a lot of caterings nowadays in London, loads. You'll be surprised how many caterings are in London. There is a lot of caterings and not a lot of demand. Everyone is, you know, dropping what they used to spend £200 per person in an event. Now they just want to spend £110 per person. So yeah, if you want to come and try one day, more than happy for you to come and see what we do when we are busy. Now, January and February is not really busy. We do more like tastings. We do many developments. So we do the fun stuff. We do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Who else?
Sorry.
Sorry, okay. It's because you have the oven and the extraction is very.
Do you ever take inspiration from like this picture or
From?
this picture or
Fr-
your menus?
No. It depends as well. I take a lot of inspiration as well from British because we are in England. So we, a lot of people, they want British produce, British focus food. So I take inspiration from Jason Atherton. For me, it's, he's great. He's good. He know what he does. Simon Rogan, I've got lots of his books as well. So I see what they do. Everyone is different because Simon Rogan is very like purist. The way he uses his produce from his land. Jason Atherton is more like more fine dining, more refined, a lot of techniques. As I said, Gordon Ramsay, Tom Kerridge, all these big chefs as well. I take inspiration. Anyone else? Don't bite. Shubham? No? Okay. So anyway, so I think we are almost ready. Beautiful. So if we finish that one, that's the thing. You see, it takes 3 chefs to make the canapés. That's why, obviously, we have to draw the line somewhere. Like I said, I wouldn't take this for more than 100 people. I wouldn't do it. We've done it in the past, and the parcels we did it for 200 people. So we had to pre-make them at the venue, at the production kitchen, just to make sure they were on time. Because if you have 3 guys just doing one canapé for half an hour, you lost three people doing the rest of the service.
Yeah. Question. Obviously, that you guys had experience working in the Middle East,
Yeah.
right? How would you say it's a different market from Europe? Because obviously, I'm from the Middle East, and people.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kuwait.
I was recently in Kuwait last year.
I'm Indian, but I was born and raised there.
Okay.
But like they eat completely different food from like Europe.
Very different. Yeah. Yeah.
How would you cater to them?
Well, you need to understand the market first of all. I think.
Things like canapés, for example. It's not really a concept there.
No, it's a really good, actually, a really interesting question. Last year in February, I went to Kuwait, so I do a lot of consulting projects as well. And then I was doing consulting for a big restaurant group in Kuwait, and it was my first time in Kuwait. So when I was doing the cooking, when I was doing the tasting, they were like, it's not that it's not good, but it's not for our market. And for me, it was it's understandable because every market, every country is different. For example, there they wanted more spices, they wanted more food on their plate. If it was avocado on toast, they wanted avocado, they wanted a toast, and they wanted like 2 poached eggs. Very different. So for me, you need to understand where you're going. So for example, again, I have a client in Macedonia, in Skopje, in the center, in the city. They've got restaurants. I'm going in February as well. And then for when I went there, it was that the restaurant is a fusion. So they have Spanish, they have French, they have Chinese, they have sushi. They have like 20 different cuisines in one kitchen, because they cater for the public they have there. They basically want to. It's a group of friends of 5, 6, 7 people. Everyone wants something different. So let's go to this restaurant because they cater for everyone. And for me, it was kind of like a big shock because if it's Spanish, it's Spanish. If it's French, it's French. If it's Italian, it's Italian. So it's more about understanding like the people you're catering for. Welcome. Anyone else? I think these people are hungry. Let's go. You see, that's the thing. You need to have enough food, but not over a lot of food. How many we have there? Did you put the mushroom powder? Yep. Beautiful. Let's go with this one. Let's finish it. Yeah, I know. And sometimes, you know, you're doing well, like doing the service, and suddenly you have the manager coming, rushing you, and then you've got 3 people doing this, and then you have to put them on canapé section just because you only have 10 minutes to send the rest. So when you do events, you have to be able to change your pace, to go faster, or you know, or even to go slower, because sometimes you're ready. If they say canapés at 7:30, you're ready at 7:30, and the client is not there, so you've done them already. So then you need to find a way. It's all about communication with the events manager. Okay, beautiful. I started with a lot of temps. I'm now like, I can do 2 more hours. No, just kidding. Beautiful. Okay, let's go with that one. And hopefully that one is gonna be. Gonna try to save it quickly. Ready to go. Perfect. And another thing is, sometimes this can happen in the middle of the service. So I was just gonna say, sometimes you are in the middle of the service, so something happens, something is split, and you have to be very quick thinking, because if that happens in the middle of a venue, and you try to pipe this inside the cannoli, you're gonna end up with a terrible canapé. So you need to find a way that you can save the canapé. Obviously, you don't have this in every venue, but if you have a whisk and you have a bowl, you just put it. Try to whip the cream, and then mix it up again. Fold it, and then try to save the day, like I'm trying to do now. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Okay, so I just whip a bit of cream. Thank you. Good evening. I'll keep the canapé for tomorrow. And then, thank you. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, so get this cannoli over there, please. The mushroom powder, and get that one as well, please. This is a cherry gel. You. What is the? Okay. I think we've been able to save it. Okay. Yeah. Huh? Okay. So we're gonna go with the cherry gel. So I'm gonna start piping, and then we're gonna finish it. Sorry?
Do you want to do it on the camera?
No. No, I think people want to go to sleep. Wait.
Have you
Sorry.
ever thought of experiencing any Indian catering from UK?
And?
Any Indian catering in UK? Have you ever
No.
experienced this?
No. Everything I've done so far catering, this is the first one. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, let's go do that. Let's go do that one. So we're gonna start piping. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Okay. Just gonna put it here. It's too much. Yeah. Okay, so we put 3. Thank you. Would you like to try that one before you go?
Thank you.
Can I give you one? Would you like one to try? Sorry about that. Don't worry. It's absolutely fine. Just put one in the middle, a big one. You can taste it. Enjoy. Have a lovely evening. And that's it. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to me. 2 hours non-stop talking. Thank you. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for coming. So anyway, so now we're gonna taste it. You can tell she's a pastry chef. She's very the detail. Can you fill them up a bit more, or just to try to clean, to clean the.